So, growing up, throughout my whole life, I played sports. And I played any type of sport you could ever imagine. I mean, I played soccer, I played softball, basketball, swimming. I did karate for a while. I tried ballet and jazz. I mean, I did all sorts of sports. And one of the funny things about that was I was such a tomboy. And I loved getting dirty and playing rough and all that. I loved being on a team. And one of the things that was fun for me, not really at the time, but looking back on it, it's funny, was that I was a giant. And I mentioned this before in some of my other videos, but I've been the same height since the 4th grade. So since I was 11 years old, I was 5 feet 4 inches. So I was really developed and bigger than everyone else. So I was very aggressive with all of my sports, which attributed to my tomboy-ishness. But anyway, so in the 6th grade, I was playing a game with my competitive soccer league, and I tore my ACL. And it's really unheard of for, a 12-year-old to tear their ACL, but my body was ready for it, and anyways, I thought it was the end of my sports career. I had the surgery, and I tried to come back after my rehab and everything, but it just didn't feel the same, and it was kind of like the end of sports and the end of all of that for me, and it was really upsetting. So I guess a year or two went by, and I was starting high school, and my dad said, you know what, you can't just kind of sit around anymore. You need to get involved in something. You need to try and pick a sport back up again. And I don't know how or why I want to do this, but I said, I want to cheer. I want to be a cheerleader. And everyone went, what? Because I had been the biggest tomboy. I didn't know how to do a cartwheel. I mean, it was a joke, really. And I said, no, I want to do it. So I started lessons, and I started learning how to do, basic jumps and motions with your arms that you would never think are necessary, but they really are. And I was getting ready for tryouts, for cheerleading tryouts at the end of my freshman year. So I worked the entire year, went to the gym, worked with trainers, all sorts of things. And by the end of my freshman year, I had, series flip-flops, which means, I had all those flips in a row. And I went to tryouts, and I nailed it. I knocked it out, and I made the team. And it was such an incredible experience for me because I made a whole new group of girlfriends. I was given a whole new opportunity to excel in something that I actually liked, and being part of that sports team again. And I stayed with cheer through the rest of my high school career, and my last year as a senior, I was actually cheer captain. And it was really rewarding for me because obviously I was not the best on the team. But having that experience from being on a team prior and knowing how a team works and getting everybody pumped up and helping everyone work together really benefited on our cheer squad, with me just allowing everyone to come together and stay positive and do the best we could. So that was a way that I was really elevated in my life, and taking a circumstance that looked terrible with never being able to play sports again to leaning towards a new sport that I had to learn all from scratch.